Good morning, everyone. It's Pierre speaking. It's the 28th of April 2015. Time is about 25 minutes past 7 GMT time in the morning when I made this video clip. Big week for us here in South Africa. Nobody's doing anything. You might as well be in Mexico, guys. Everybody is enjoying the last bit of sun before the winter starts. And we've got awesome weather here today. The mountain is open, blue skies, sea is flat as a mirror, and it's absolutely stunning. Let's start off with the Euro Index daily chart. Guys, take note of my charts this week. Lots of 4-hour charts again. Over the last couple of weeks we were looking at dailies, but we had a couple of big movements, so now we can look at the 4-hour charts again. Saying that, the Euro Index, we have to look at the daily charts. Let's flip from the high to the low of the previous month. Then we've got a zone starting at 9,616, going up to 9,727. Now price had a bit of a pullback. This is a key level, guys. 95.99 is a psychological level. Just above that, we also had the 96.02 level, which is the 4-hour 200 EMA. And in the trading zone, we have a 55 EMA. Now, this will be a key level for me, the psychological level. It can be a big roadblock. If we don't break that to the upside, price can tumble back down to 93, 94. So take note of this level. My bias is to look for shorts. The euro is still in a short trend and the index is still in a short trend. That will be the key level, 96.57. While that level holds, my bias is to look for shorts. Basket pairs, euro US dollar, euro JPY and the euro pound. If we have a look at them. Also on the daily chart, if we flip from the high to the low, then price pulled back nicely. Last week or the week before, we can see how we stopped at that 200 EMA. We broke it to the upside. But I'm not convinced it's long, guys. For me, the bias is still to short. The daily tells us still to look for shorts. And this will be a key level, 0918. That is where we have the 55 EMA. And I will be in this, looking for shorts, as long as 1048 holds. Because that's big previous support resistance levels. My bias will be to look for shorts. Now, as I said, this can be the roadblock, the 55 EMA at 981. I would prefer if we can break all these EMAs to the downside, also the pivot level for possible pullback, and then a drop down. If we look at the Euro JPY daily chart, if we flip from the high to the low, we've got a zone starting at 130.35, going up to 132.47. Price pulled back nicely, and now we're also at the roadblock. 129.56 is a 4-hour 200 EMA. We have the monthly pivot point just above that, and just slightly above that we have the 50% FIP of the Earth and Sky trading system, and this is also a daily 55 EMA. Now that's big, guys. If we look to the left of the chart, previous support resistance, so that will be the area for possible short. If we look at the euro pound, then we're dropping. Yesterday we already touched that level, the 50% area of the Earth and Sky trading system, zone 7171. We're busy dropping, and I will relook if we get to 7168 again, and as high as 7180 for possible shorts. Possible counter trades, 7110, as we had last week's low in that area too. Now, 4-hour chart, pound US dollar. We have MACD divergence showing up. Price is trending up. MACD is trending down. Stochastic is in the overbought area. And we're getting very close to a weekly pivot point, 5292. So that's all warning signs that we can find a roadblock here and that we can tumble down to this level here. What's that? 5064. So possible counter trade coming up. If we look for longs with the trend, if we flip from the bottom to the top, and if we make new highs, follow it with your FIP so that the zone can move. But for now, 5061 coming down to 4960. Long areas, 5075, 5031, and even as low as 4961, where the mother-in-law 200 EMA is. If we look at the pound JPY, also, guys, remember it's correlated. That's why it looks the same. We have MACD divergence, prices trending up, MACD trending down. So look out for possible counter short, 181.91, back down to 179.55. If we look for longs, we flip from the bottom to the top, we've got a zone starting at 179.41, going down to 178.56. This will be a key level, 179.55. The 55 EMA is moving up there. We have a weekly main pivot point there. The 200 EMAs will move up there. And while 178.72 holds, the buyers will be to look for longs. If we look at the Aussie US dollar, also, guys, we're hitting a pivot point, 7886. So keep your eyes on these two pivot points this week, 7886, 7943 for possible short. If you want to trade with the trend, we have to flip from the bottom to the top. If we make new highs, follow it so that the zone can change down here. But for now, the zone is at 7781, going down to 7731. 7784, 7772, 7766 will be key levels. Watch out, we can even drop to 7737, where we have a 200 EMA. So while these levels hold, guys, look for longs in that area. Pair that's correlated, the Aussie JPY. Here I will look at the daily chart, guys. It's a bit messy on the 4 hour. This is something that is, I can see here is 93.66 is where we have a monthly pivot point. Okay, we're busy breaking that to the upside. I will be interested in this level, 94.38. That is previous support resistance if you look to the left of the chart. The 200 EMA is coming down, and the MACD is high, stochastic is overbought. So that will be a possible area to short. 94.38, back down to these two EMAs here, which is the 4 hour 200 EMA and the 4 hour 55. Now I'm talking nonsense. That is the daily 55. So keep your eyes on that level for profit take. US dollar JPY. Last week we tumbled down a little bit. If we have a look from that high to this low, although we closed 9 pips higher than the opening price. So that was not something to write home about. We are underneath a hell of a lot of EMA. So if we flip from the high to the low, then we've got a zone starting at 119.41 going up to 119.74. Now yesterday price pulled back already, touched that EMAs, and we dropped down. So there's already 48 pips on the short. Now these levels will be key, 119.36, 119.46 and also 119.59. Problem that I've got with this pair is if we look to the left of the chart, last week, look how we whipsawed through all these EMAs. Now EMAs is usually nice big areas for support resistance, but when price does this, I don't like that. US dollar CAD, we had a big drop. We're a little bit mixed in the direction in this, but if we only look at price, we closed 38 pips lower than the opening price. We can see we were trending down. We're underneath a couple of EMAs, so if we flip from the high to the low, we've got a zone starting at 2195 going up to 2252. That will be the areas where we can look for shorts. However, we have MACD divergence. Price is trending down, MACD is trending up, so this can be a key support level, 2082, for possible counter trades back up to 2194. If you want to trade with the trend, 2194 will be key, 2234 in the zone for possible shorts again. If we look at the index, here too guys, we broke, look here, last week we bounced off that 200 EMA, we broke it to the downside, and now we're on the other side of the 200 EMA. So if we honor that, last week we closed 46 pips lower, we're underneath all these EMAs. So if we flip from the high to the low, we've got a zone starting at 9747 going up to 9796. Price trending down, MACD trending up, stochastic oversold, so we can expect a pullback. Areas for counter trades, 96.31. I will look for counter trade back up to 97.05 at least. If you want to trade with the trend and we look at the zone, 97.38 can be a roadblock because that is where we have the pivot points. That's the weekly main pivot point. And this level here, 97.56. We have a 4 hour 200 EMA there. It's also the 55 EMA coming down. So yeah, guys, have an awesome week. For me, as I said, it will be a short week. I want to spend some time with the family, and I'll speak to you guys later. Have an awesome week. Cheers.